Hello and welcome to the Blyton Park circuit in Lincolnshire for round 1 of the Autosport International BTRDA Clubmans Rallycross Championship. Today we have over 50 drivers competing in 4 different categories: the Fuchs Lubricants Super Modified class, the Mel Williams Tyres Production class, the Steve Gaunt Trailers Historic class and the Cartec Motorsport Production 4x4 class. The 0.8 mile circuit provides a challenging mix of tight hairpins, fast straights and jumps. We're sure to see some close racing action with drivers pushing for that all-important first win of the year. Now let's catch up with championship organiser John Rook for a closer look at the year ahead. Okay, so I'm here with John Rook, the championship manager for today's event, and hopefully he's going to tell us a bit more about the background of the event and what we can expect for the rest of the season.
Good, so we've had our BTRDA Clubmans Rallycross Championship, so we've got 7 rounds this year across 3 circuits. We started at Blyton today, 50 cars entered. We're going to move to Pembrey in 4 weeks time, middle of April. Then we've got a bit of a gap till the summer, so we're back to Pembrey middle of July. Then back here in October, middle of October, and then we finish the season with season finale at Croft. 7 rounds, we've got 3 main classes. Here we had Super Modified, Historic and Production. And then from Pembrey onwards, we'll also get a 4-wheel drive class that'll join us as well. So yeah, got good strong Clubman's Championship, and yeah, definitely anyone looking to come into Rallycross, it's the place to start.
And how does the number of competitors here today compare to previous years?
So 50 for here is good. It's the highest number we've had at Blyton since 2014, 15, and obviously this year. So yeah, numbers are strong. Our competitor base is up by about 20% year on year in terms of registered competitors. I think Pembrey in April will jump up to about 70 drivers, and then in July, which will probably be our biggest event of the year, we've got the Irish Rallycross Championship joining us as well. So I think the competitor numbers will jump up to about 100. But yeah, no, really good, strong start to the season. I think we'll have a good year. So
competitors can still enter in the later rounds even if they haven't entered in this round?
Yeah, you're not obliged, so it's not compulsory to do every single event. So yeah, if people want to dip in and dip out of the championship, they can do. So if people want to join in April or July or October, then there's nothing stopping them from doing so. So yeah.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much for speaking to us.
Okay, no problems. Good.
Here we are at the start line, and we're going to be getting a closer look at the track. We're joined by Super Modified class winner from last year, Todd Crooks. Todd, can you tell us a bit about what you like most about Blyton Circuit?
Blyton Park is very different to all the other circuits on the calendar. It's very, very tight, very technical, and actually not a very fast circuit. So it always suits the front-wheel drive cars like mine, which is always good for me in the end because I will get more points. Okay,
so we're here at turn 3, which is on the gravel section of the circuit. Now, Todd, coming up to this corner, what's the best way to approach it?
Well, you come flat out the hairpin and you sort of leap onto the groove section here. And generally, in the front-wheel drive cars at least, it's flat out until you try and stop for this hairpin. It's a good bit of fun this corner because you've got to keep out the rubbish on the inside, and you've got to keep, but not be too tight or too wide because there's all sorts of deep stuff on the outside. So it's good fun, flat out and fast, and a good overtaking opportunity as well into this tight hairpin.
Okay, so here we are at the jump section of the circuit. Now, I'm guessing that this section, Todd, is probably going to be one of the more nerve-wracking parts of it, am I right?
It is quite nerve-wracking. You come over the top of this crest and you can't see what's over the top of it, but you've just got to trust the marshals know what they're doing. They're waving the yellow flags if there's an incident, so you come over here. Sometimes it's flat out up to it and get as much air as you can, and sometimes it's actually quicker just to back off as you come up the hill and power it down the other side of the hill just to keep yourself on the floor. Can be an issue for cars, it can be a bit of a car breaker, but it's a good fun part of the circuit.
Okay, so here we are at the finish line. Now Todd, how would you approach this section?
Quite a simple 90 right corner really. You come in wide, apex it nice and tightly, and let it ride out as wide as possible. Not too wide because there's a lot of deep gravel on the outside of the corner, but it's going to be quite an interesting corner to be fair because of how close the finish line is to the exit of the corner. You have to watch out for the undulation. It goes up and down, it's quite bumpy, so the rear-wheel drive cars especially have to watch out for a bit of tail happiness and spinning out into the gravel.
Right, and one thing I wanted to ask you, since you won your class last year, are you feeling any extra pressure this year?
A little bit. I mean, it's good fun, this racing, that's all it's all about. So, I mean, going out there and winning would be great, but out there having a good laugh with some of the guys in the class, it's good drivers in the up to 1600cc class. So, hopefully we'll go out there, we'll get some good points and hopefully finish on the podium and see how today goes.
Okay, well thank you very much for speaking to us, and we'll certainly be rooting for you.
Thank you.
Right, now we're going to go for a brief overview of the finalists in the B and C classes.
So, into the thick of the action and the Production C final. 6 drivers lined up on the grid, and Sue Lane in the Civic gets the run at the start, but is soon overhauled by Mark Finch in the Zara VTS into turn 1. Juaz's Meskauskas would be the only retirement of the race, losing his bumper on lap 1 over the jump and bunching up the rest of the pack. Sue Long settled into second place, hotly pursued by Adam Charlesworth, and on lap 3 Charlesworth dived down the inside and into second place. Lap 5 and Charlesworth pushed hard, catching up with race leader Mark Finch and taking the same line as he dives down the inside and takes the lead. The win was Charlesworth to lose, but he held on to first place with Finch second, Long third, Stephen Gaunt in fourth and Andrew LaRiche coming in fifth. Charlesworth and Finch progress to the B final. So the B final, and Fred Ling on pole at the start. He's soon overtaken by Eddie Gibbs. Peter Hamlet getting an excellent start, also moving into second place. Gibbs starts to pull out a commanding gap on the rest of the pack, and with the rest of the field bunching up, the battle for that last qualifying place in the A final is all to play for. Adam Charlesworth once again goes on the charge, and at the end it's Gibbs with Charlesworth in second, Mark Finch in third, Peter Hamlet in fourth, and Fred Ling coming in fifth position. So the Production A final now, and we see James Orton on pole with Richard Todd in second, waiting for the green light, and they are go. James Orton getting a great start there, running past Richard Todd down the main straight. The orange and white car of Paul Davies sits into third position. Eddie Gibbs there looking for a way past Marco Balsamini, and pushing his way past Balsamini, going down the inside on the exit of the corner, but he hasn't got pace to get past Gibbs. Into the bottom hairpin now, onto the gravel section. Gibbs certainly consolidated that position there. Into the left-hander and over the jump. The first time they go, James Orton comes over in first place, Richard Todd in second. Paul Davies sitting in third place, Eddie Gibbs fourth, Marco Balsamini in fifth, and Adam Charlesworth putting up the rear in sixth position as they go around the bottom section of the track. Into the square right, square left, past the spectator area now, James Orton and Richard Todd. Certainly pushing away, starting to have a bit of a battle on their own now. So coming out of the hairpin, Richard Todd seems to have gained a little bit of ground there on James Orton, looking for a way past. He can possibly take him down the inside on the hairpin, looking for a gap, but no, James Orton closes the gap there. Paul Davies comes in third, and Marco Balsamini coming in a little sideways there, looking for a way past. And the top hairpin and back over the jump for the second lap. Back down the main straight, and James Orton opening that lead up a little bit there. But in the back of the field, it's certainly bunching up. Back through the 90 left section, James Orton again. A little bit of a gap opening up there between him and Richard Todd. But it's all to play for. Certainly on the gravel sections of the track, it can change at any moment. At the back there, certainly the battle is looking like it's going to be for fourth place here, with the back three really pushing each other hard. Once again, James Orton closes that line down the inside, not giving Richard Todd the option for an overtake. Back over the jump they go. Paul Davies, I think he's looking comfortable in that third position. Eddie Gibbs still holding on fourth, but Balsamini is certainly giving him a lot of pressure there. Coming back up to the start-finish straight, and Balsamini's all over those mirrors of Gibbs. Adam Charlesworth as well, looking to see if he can steal a place with the battle of the two in front. Back down the back straight. Into the top hairpin, James Orton and Richard Todd once again close to each other. Todd looking for a way past at the hairpins. Late braking there, but again Orton closes that door. Paul Davies coming in very sideways there. Adam Gibbs, it's looking very close, and Balsamini is past him. Can he hold on to that position? There's contact. Balsamini runs wide, Gibbs takes the inside, Balsamini's off the track, and Charlesworth not quite being able to sneak his way past there, and Gibbs stays in fourth position. Almost three abreast now, coming down the back straight. Gibbs trailing the tape with him. Balsamini takes him down the inside. James Orton still in the lead, Richard Todd in second, Paul Davies sitting still in third place. These three at the back dropping back a little now with the battle they're having, but Balsamini has taken fourth place. Adam Gibbs still trailing that tape. He's now got Adam Charlesworth all over his mirrors as they head back up to the top hairpin. Late braking there by Gibbs. He goes down the inside of Balsamini and takes that position. Charlesworth there is through. He passes Balsamini. Can he hold on to that position? Yes, he's taking the inside line. Gibbs into the hairpin very late on the brakes there, and he runs wide. Charlesworth taking that opportunity for fourth place down the inside. Balsamini following him back into the jump section, and Gibbs, dangerous move there. He tried to brake late, trying to get a bit of a gap, but it wasn't to pay off. So Charlesworth in fourth place down the back straight. Balsamini is certainly giving him a lot of pressure there. Gibbs bringing up the back. But over the finish line, James Orton takes the win. Richard Todd in second. Third place goes to Paul Davies. But the battle is for the fourth place, and that goes to Adam Charlesworth. Marco Balsamini in fifth, and Eddie Gibbs in sixth.
Okay, now I'm joined by James Orton, who's the Production A final winner. James, how did you find the race today?
Rather enjoyable.
Yeah, well, that's the way it should be. That's the way it should be. I assume you would have enjoyed it just as much if you didn't win, maybe?
Yeah, but it's nice to win. Isn't
yeah,
it?
winning's always the best bit. So, any problems today? Any issues?
No. Everything's gone fantastic all day.
Perfect.
Couldn't have wished for a better meeting.
And is this your first time here today?
No, it's my third meeting here. Did all last year, so obviously it's been the first round this year. So.
How did you find this year compared to last?
Better. The slight modifications to the circuit, which has made it a lot nicer to run, a bit faster, a bit more open, which has suited my car. So yeah, really enjoyed it.
Excellent. Well, I wish you the best of luck for the rest of the championship, and congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Today's competitor focus will be on Chris Farrell and his Mark II Escort. Chris, can you tell us a little about your car and your history, please?
Hi Pip, how are you doing? My car I've had for 17 years. I built it back then. I done the Rally Forest Historic Championship in 2005, which I won, and then I converted it to a road rally car, and then we got through the nights, but we weren't very successful out there because I was scared of bending the car. So then I stored the car away, and my friend who does rallycross gave me some advice to pull the car out and come here, and basically here we are today, and I've joined the championship, and I'm hopefully going to give it a good go.
Yeah, so is this your first time doing a rallycross championship?
Yes, it is. I've never done rallycross before in my life, and it's fantastic. It's really good. There's a lot of competitive cars here, and a lot of people have done a lot of work in put a lot of effort into all the cars, and it's a really good day and really.
So you've had your practice lap now. How do you feel that went?
That was absolutely fantastic. I drove the car how it should be. You steer it through the rear. Obviously there's only one way of driving these old classic Fords, and put a good show on for the spectators and try and win the race as well. It's quite a lot to ask for all in one race, but I'll give it my best and see what we can do.
So you reckon you've got a good chance for your first time round then?
I will give it a good go, and I'm up for a good race. I've done a lot of banger racing.
Yeah.
I've done a lot of class racing. As I said, I've done a lot of rallying,
Yeah.
a lot of road rallying. In 2014 as well, I won the Road Rally Championship. And here we are trying to win the championship 2016 in the Rallycross, which is a new experience for being a driver and venturing out and exploring all different types of motorsport with this Ford Escort car, which is absolutely fantastic.
So it sounds like you've got quite a lot of experience with lots of different types of rallies. What do you think of the track they've got here?
I think this track they've got here is absolutely brilliant. You've got nice grippy surface, you've got a nice loose surface, you've got a lovely jump in there. It's every corner for a driver is absolutely fantastic. You can really have real good pressure with the car into the corner, coming out of the corner. You can really put the foot down and hang on for dear life. It's good fun, and I certainly will be coming back again here when it's on.
Well, if you've decided that already, it certainly must be good.
Yeah, so definitely I come out of that practice lap with a grin like a Cheshire cat, and there's no other way to explain it.
Well, that's what it's all about at the
Yes,
end of the day,
definitely,
isn't it?
yes.
So have you had much of a chance to check out the competition then? Do you know what you're up against?
No, really, as I say, it's first venture out. I'm learning it all today. It's quite a lot to take in, so I'll put a good show on for the spectators and hopefully drive the car sideways all day long and burn the back tyres out and maybe win a race.
Yeah, hopefully. They do say sideways to victory.
Yes,
it's the best
that's
way.
it. Yes, definitely.
Okay, well, thank you very much for talking to us, and I
Thank you.
certainly wish you the best of luck in the race today.
Thank you very much appreciated.
The historic C final is next on the agenda, and it's Tommy Edwards who gets off to a great start, shooting off into the lead. Chris Farrell will try to find a way round the outside of the pack into the hairpin, but goes onto the loose and loses time. Gary Mitchell would be using the full power of the 2.5 litre Vectra to full effect, pushing his way into the lead of the race. The race from then on was Mitchell's to lose, and with victory he moves on to the B final. Tommy Edwards would come in second, with Shelley Wakeling and Mark Griffin taking third and fourth places respectively. The star of the show really had to be, though, Chris Farrell, certainly entertaining the spectators in Mark II Escort. The historic B final sees some very close racing from the start. Richard Wakeling pushed his way into the lead on lap 1, but it was Gary Mitchell once again using the power of the Vectra to get past the Minis. In the Peugeot 205 would move to battle his way to the front of the pack, not without a bit of a challenge, and eventually going on to take the race win. Gary Mitchell finishes in second place. George Edwards ends up third, Ryan Scutchbury in fourth, Richard Wakeling in fifth, and Tommy Edwards rounding off sixth place. So the main event for the historic class cars now. Mark Richardson in second position, Vince Bristow taking the pole on this one. Darren Clark in the Almira getting a poor start off the line there. Getting quickly overrun by the Fiesta of Mark Griffin. Scott Stutchbury getting past there, and he's quickly passed again by the Vectra of Gary Mitchell. Out the first corner then, and it is the BMW 2.8 of Vince Bristow who takes the lead. Mark Richardson in second position, Mark Griffin in third into the hairpin. Mark Richardson looking very wide there, certainly very tail happy. The Fiesta of Mark Griffin trying to find a way past, but the BMW is already starting to make a good gap between him and Mark Richardson. Gary Mitchell in the Vectra is up to fourth place. Darren Clark in the Almira there, looking like he's having a little bit of difficulty there. But Mark Richardson is sitting in second, the big Sierra. Certainly looking a lot easier to drive than it is. On board now with Mark Richardson coming into the top hairpin there. You can really see having to work very hard to keep that Sierra going in a nice, neat and quick line. And back onto the gravel section. Vince Bristow, nice and neat round the hairpin, no dramas there. Mark Griffin in the Fiesta seems to be closing up with Richardson, and the Vectra of Gary Mitchell looking to gain an advantage with the battle between them two. So over the jump they go, and back down the back straight. BMW there, the gap getting ever larger. Mark Griffin there in the Vauxhall Vectra. Back on board with Richardson down the main straight, hearing the power of that Sierra Cosworth engine. Into the 90 left, and down the start finish straight they go onto the next lap. Back into the hairpin there, late on the brakes for Richardson. Trying to gain a little bit of ground back on the BMW of Bristow. But Bristow is not giving up anything, and he's pushing away hard there. Mark Griffin running a little wide, opening the door for Gary Mitchell on the hairpin, but unfortunately he's a little bit too wide and blocks Mitchell altogether from getting past there. So back over the jump they go. And the BMW still way ahead in the lead there. Hearing the power of that big 6-cylinder engine. Back up to the 90 right section. Richardson looking like he's gaining a little bit of ground there. Mark Griffin has just dropped back a bit. Gary Mitchell's certainly making himself large in Griffin's mirrors. Fiesta looking like it's got a bit more pace down the straights there. Looks like they possibly missed a gear there. Just dropping a bit of time. But the battle seems to be certainly at the front there. Vince Bristow looking like he'd ran wide at the hairpin, and again opening the door possibly for Mark Richardson in the Sierra. He certainly gained up a lot of space there. Richardson keeping it very neat and tidy round the hairpin. Back on board with Richardson over the jump section, really seeing how quite rough that part of the track is. Back down the main straight. Bristow still in the lead. Richardson in second. Third place still with Mark Griffin. Gary Mitchell in fourth. Scott Stutchbury in fifth, and Darren Clark is sitting at the back in fifth. So the gap between Bristow and Richardson is certainly tight. Looking for a way past now. Time is running out for Richardson to make a move, and he goes, he's down the inside. And he's taken, you've got to let that car run wide now, and he's taken Bristow, who's in the lead of the race. Bristow there with no answer to an excellent move by Richardson down into the hairpin now. Nice and neat and tidy for Richardson. Staying out of trouble, but Bristow gets up beside him, looking for a way past, and it's very close. Richardson closes the door on the inside, and Bristow is forced into second place. He's looking for a way past. He's gone down the right and then to the left, but he just doesn't quite have the legs to get past that big Sierra Cosworth. Into the hairpin now, only a couple of corners left. Bristow will have to make his move quickly here. Richardson keeping the power on into the final corner, and it will be Richardson for the win, much to the admiration of his fans there. Bristow coming in second place. Third place, Mark Griffin in the Fiesta. Fourth, Scott Stutchbury in the 205. Fifth, Gary Mitchell in the Vectra. And in sixth place, Darren Clark in the Nissan Almira GTI.
So I'm here now at the end of the event with historic A finalist Mark Richardson. How does it feel to win the event?
Yeah, really good. Really good. Yeah.
And what did you think of the circuit today?
Yeah, it's very tight, very twisty, especially my car.
Yeah.
Really, yeah, it's my car. It's quite tight.
So did the car run okay? Any problems? Any issues?
After the point it was all over in my second heat. I did roll it in the second heat, but it held together. It seemed right after that. So.
Well, it obviously didn't affect your performance because you managed to come first still. So
congratulations. Thanks.
And hopefully you have just the same success in the rest of the championship.
So.
Yeah.
Back to the racing and the super modified C final. Todd Crooks would get a great start, but the power of Paul Williams' Focus would push him into the lead early on. The battle mainly was for third and fourth place, with Nick Potter and Richard Usher really pushing each other very hard. Williams and Crooks would be in a league of their own, carving out a huge gap to third place. But the pressure would get to Potter eventually, running wide and allowing Richard Usher to sneak down the inside. Williams would take the win, with Crooks in second. Usher would come in third. Potter and Brinkley both failing to make the finish. The super modified B final would see Mark Jones get a flying start in the Toyota MR2. Paul Williams would also get a good start and into third position. Despite some close racing, the pack would pretty much stay the same from there on. David Bell would try a move down the inside, but some very late braking by Williams would close the door and allow Todd Crooks to sneak past with a little assistance from Bell. The win would eventually go to Mark Jones. David Astlewell comes in second, Williams in third, Crooks fourth, and David Bell rounding off fifth position. So the super modified A final, and Tommy Graham in the Escort starts in pole, with Guy Corner in the 206 in second. A great start there by Tommy Graham away into the lead, but the MR2 of Mark Jones certainly getting off the line quickly. Into the top hairpin they go, and Tommy Graham nice and neat and tidy. The MR2 there with the 206 of Guy Corner all over his mirrors, but he holds on to that position. Into the hairpin there they go. Darkness certainly starting to fall now on the track. The C2 of Phil Chicken there sitting in fourth place, and he's looking for a way past Guy Corner, and that's it, he's through. He's into third place now, all over the MR2. Over the jump they go, and back down the main straight. Tommy Graham still holding that first position. Mark Jones, he's now got the 206 of Guy Corner, he's got past Phil Chicken, and back into third place. Coming into the 90 right, 90 left, and the 206 Guy Corner getting up close and personal with Mark Jones in the MR2. Clio RS of Kenny Hall there with the 106 of David Atwell behind him. Tommy Graham then certainly showing the power of that Escort and a superb driving style for this track. The Clio RS there seems to have got through along with the 106, so that means we are missing drivers. Phil Chicken nowhere to be seen, possibly retired, and the 206 of Guy Corner also missing. There he is. Yep, that's a mechanical retirement for Guy Corner, unfortunately there. So the Clio of Kenny Hall is in second position and looking like quite a comfortable one at that. Plenty of space around him there. All the way to third place, David Atwell. The MR2 of Mark Jones there. He had a spin out and falls to the back of the pack. Tommy Graham, that gap getting ever larger now. He really is pushing on hard to take maximum points today. Nice, neat, tidy. No mess there. Spitting a bit of flames over the jump there. Certainly that anti-lag on that turbocharged Escort working hard today. David Atwell over the jump, followed by Mark Jones. So, back up to great. Graham there, well ahead. But Clio of Kenny Hall, nice and neat and tidy. He's in a good, safe second position there, as long as he doesn't have any issues. David Atwell. Mark Jones is starting to claw a little bit of ground back on Atwell there. The MR2 maybe with a little more power than the 106. Here we are back with Kenny Hall again. Nice and neat and tidy. Just Tommy Graham just doing the outside of that clip. Maybe he's pulling back a little bit of ground there. But Atwell and Jones seem to be very close together. Now, can Jones make a move before the finish? That is the question. Back over the jump they go into the main straight. But looking back to the front of the pack, Tommy Graham, that lead getting ever larger there. That Escort, just a fantastic piece of machinery. Nice and neat and tidy, no dramas there. Certainly putting all of its power down on the track. The stricken 206 of Guy Corner there. Sat beside the side of the track. I'm sure he's feeling somewhat disheartened at retiring in the A final. Graham just really taking it steady now, making sure he makes that finish. Kenny Hall in the Clio again. Certainly seems to be in a comfortable second position. He is gaining a little time back on Graham, but the question is if there's enough time left, and the 106 and the MR2 are certainly going for it. Towards the end of the race there, Mark Jones looking for a way past, David Atwell not letting him have any space at all. Back over the jump they go, and the win goes to Tommy Graham in the red Ford Escort Zach Speed. Kenny Hall in the Clio would come in a very comfortable second position. Third place would be the battle, and the final result would end up being David Atwell in the Peugeot 106 with Mark Jones in the MR2 coming in fourth place.
Modified Class A winner, Tommy Graham, and this is your Escort. Please tell us a bit about the race today.
We didn't practice this morning. The track felt very slippy, and I didn't think my car would go well on it, but I won my 3 heats and I won the final, so it's a good feeling. It was good. So.
I've heard a lot of people saying today that maybe this kind of track is more suited for the front wheel drive cars. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, it's true. I was expecting a lot of competition from the front wheel drive guys, but I just proved them wrong, so
yeah,
I'm happy.
Yeah, I mean, watching you out there, definitely you were way ahead of everybody else and definitely looked like you were having a great time in that.
I was smiling all day, so I had a great day's fun, so
yes,
very good.
Well, that's the main thing, isn't it, really? Well, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Excellent
Thank
job,
you.
and hopefully see you again next year.
I'll see you in Pembrey.
All right.
Thank you.
So there's the points after round 1 of the championship. James Orton and Tommy Graham topping the tables. Thanks for watching, and catch us next time on the BTRDA Rallycross Championship.